And so here we are with the fuel pump. So remember, what we did was there was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on top. And then this slid right out the top of the fuel tank. And then I went ahead and I took it apart. Because you have to take the motor off, you have to take the screen off, and this bottom piece off of here. Oops, there. Now you can see it. Okay, so that goes there. The fuel pump was right in there. And then there was a screen off the back side of this. Now when you get your new one, don't freak out. The fuel filter is different. This is just a little bit smaller. And your fuel pump actually looks a little bit bigger. Well, not completely, but the bottom of it sticks down further. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. Alright, so let's take this little collar off. And then we're going to, when we take the old one out, we're going to stretch this out and slide the new one into this right here. Alright, I didn't continue the video the other day because the mosquitoes were biting the crap out of my legs. So that's another day, and we're in here. After you get that collar on, all you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around it and you're going to put it back in there the way it's supposed to go in there. And you get that in there. Then this tube right here lines up with the original tube that was on there. And then just slide this over that one. Get that slid on there and then slide your clamps. Just put this clamp right here, that way you can slide it on there and then slide that clamp back up onto there. Slide this clamp back up onto there. See, I took this clamp and I put it down here. That way I could slide this up as far as I could to give me more room to slide that on, and then I moved my clamps back into place. So now I'm going to put the rubber grommet on the bottom and the screen. Alright, I had to loosen the clamp on this side again so that it can slide down, because this, after you put that rubber grommet in that comes with it, it slides in there and it all goes together like a puzzle. You have to slide this in to it as far as possible. That way the end, see now this actually comes off. That way the end is even with the bottom. See that? And I keep this on there so that we don't get any dirt into the pump. This one also, I showed you the kit, it comes with a new rubber grommet. Well, this has to go up in there. Well, I'm going to take a wire brush and go ahead and clean that. Set it up like this, and I'm going to clean all of that off of there. Alright, I got it cleaned up pretty good. Now I'm going to, I got to get some wires and put some wires back on there. Alright, now installing the wire. These, you have a big one and a little one. There's a blue one and a black one. Apparently the blue one is the power. And they come with butt connectors. See these right here? All you do is you shove wire down into there and you crimp the outside. Squish it. And then I use the old wiring because it has covers on it and it has a rubber grommet right there, so I can fit over the end of that and I can help to keep it safe. Yeah. Then turn it over here, and because of the old wiring, it connects a certain way. Now there's this little screw right there. You take that screw out and then you hook it back up, and then you push this back up onto there and it'll seal it. And there you have it. And I connected the ground, and that goes back to where it was. And now I just got to put the little filter screen on, which is down here at the bottom, which is very simple. Take that off, slide that on, and there we go. You might want to set it up on end. That's what I just did. I set it up on end, I pulled this up, held it tight, and then carefully mashed all the way around it until it was seated on there nice and neat, like I always say. And there we go. We have a fully rebuilt fuel pump. Now we just got to go wire everything up the way it was out there, plugging those plugs in and putting the gas feed on and putting all our little screws on and setting it. Don't forget to take this and slide it around that and wiggle it all the way up till it's around that again and lay it on there flat. We'll do that in a minute after it stops raining. It's raining right now. Alright, if you missed my first video, this will be a little explanation of how to Get it, okay, because I'm going to put the fuel pump back on. Undo your bed to get the bed up, and then you only have to bring it back a little bit. Also remember you have the filler neck, which is going to be like 3 screws right there, and then that'll just come out and drop down, and then you can tilt the bed up and just set it up like this so you can get to this spot right here. I have this taped up because I wasn't sure when we were going to get back to it, so I didn't want any gas to evaporate out of it, and I didn't want any water to get into the tank because we've had a lot of storms. If you can see, everything's freaking wet. So I'm going to pull the tape off, and then we'll put the fuel pump back in. Alright, so what I do is I went ahead and put the O-ring on top of there, and then you'll take the fuel pump here like this, and you got to make sure that that float gets in there first. So hawk it at an angle like this, and then you're just going to drop it down right into the tank, and that's how you're going to set it back in there. And then just get it set up the way it was originally so that you can hook everything else back up the way it's supposed to. Alright, as usual, when you put your screws in, kind of stagger them back and forth when you tighten them all down. That way it puts more of an even seal on it. Then just take your fuel line, hook your fuel line back up to that, take your plug, plug it back up to that, and then this one, it was actually on here like this, just grounded like that. So I'm going to put that back on there the way it was, and then we'll see what happens after that with getting the truck started. My wife driving her truck for the first time. I know she's excited. Yeah. Like a pro. Now we just got to get the wire, some of the lights wired back up. Come a little farther. Hop out of gear. What?
I like the shifting better than that one.
Can we get some thumb up? Have you hugged your mini truck today? Well, go fix your fuel pumps if that's what you need to fix. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe at the top. Please rate right there in the middle. Give me some thumbs up and comment down below. Thank you for watching, and have fun driving your mini trucks.